Welcome back to our channel World of Coins, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. In the fascinating world of American coins, few series have stood the test of time like the Jefferson nickel. First introduced in 1938, this iconic 5-cent piece has seen multiple design changes, metal compositions, and minting locations. But among all the years it was produced, the Jefferson nickel from 1973 holds a mystique that continues to capture the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike. This particular year marked a period of transition in the American economy and coin production, making these nickels especially worth examining under the collector's magnifying glass. The 1973 Jefferson nickel may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, with its matte-like finish and familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson staring serenely to the left. However, under closer scrutiny, one begins to realize that this coin is a potential treasure trove, especially when certain minting anomalies and conditions are taken into consideration. While millions were minted, only a small fraction exhibit the kind of detail, flaw, or rarity that can send a collector's heart racing. The obverse of the coin, as always, features Jefferson's stoic profile, designed by Felix Schlag. His name is inscribed boldly across the left, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," frames his face. The date, 1973, appears to the right. Although it may look like every other Jefferson nickel to the untrained eye, the small differences in die variety or strike sharpness can make all the difference in this seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece. Turning the coin over, Monticello, the neoclassical home of Jefferson, remains elegantly seated in the center of the reverse side. The detail of this image can vary greatly depending on the quality of the strike, and that's where the journey toward value truly begins. A sharply struck Monticello, with clean steps visible across its base, is a collector's dream. These full-step nickels are especially rare in the 1973 issue, which is known for weak and blurred reverse strikes. Another significant factor that impacts the value of the 1973 Jefferson nickel is the mint mark. That year, the coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia minted coins bear no mint mark, Denver coins have a small D, and San Francisco struck only proof coins, marked with an S. Among these, the proof coins from San Francisco are prized for their mirror-like surfaces and sharp detail. However, it is often the Philadelphia and Denver business strikes, when found in top condition, that shock collectors with their value. What truly elevates a 1973 Jefferson nickel into the realm of rare and valuable is the condition of the coin. Collectors rely on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, to grade the quality of a coin. A mint state coin graded MS67 or higher is extremely rare for this particular year, especially with full steps. The higher the grade and the more steps visible on Monticello, the greater the coin's value skyrockets. Then come the errors, the beautiful accidents of the minting world. These include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and die cracks. A 1973 nickel with a visible doubling on Jefferson's eye or the Monticello lettering can instantly become the crown jewel of a collector's album. Some examples have surfaced with dramatic die breaks or striking misalignments that render them not only valuable but utterly unique. Imagine finding such a coin in your pocket change. It might be nestled among dull modern nickels, easy to overlook. Yet that small piece of metal, tarnished and worn, could be one of the ultra-rare variants with sharp steps and a perfect mint state, an undiscovered gem hiding in plain sight. This possibility is what fuels the excitement of the coin collecting world. It's not just the rarity that draws attention, it's the historical context. The early 1970s were a time of shifting economic policies, with inflation rising and the cost of raw materials fluctuating. These pressures influenced the U.S. Mint's production standards and quality control, which in turn affected how well the nickels were struck. Some coins from 1973 suffer from weak strikes or inconsistent metal blends, adding yet another layer of intrigue for numismatists. When it comes to Jefferson nickels from 1973, many collectors seek what's known as the full steps designation. This refers to the steps at the base of the Monticello image being fully visible and separated. A coin with 5 or 6 clear steps is incredibly hard to find, as most coins from that year fail to strike this detail cleanly. The rarity of these full-step coins significantly boosts their value in the open market. Collectors often scour estate sales, auction catalogs, and old coin jars in search of a pristine 1973 nickel. Many of these treasures have remained hidden for decades, unrecognized and undervalued. But when such a coin finally appears, the excitement in the numismatic community is immediate and intense. Bidding wars erupt, prices soar, and a once-overlooked 5-cent piece becomes a celebrated artifact of American minting history. Authentication is critical when dealing with valuable nickels. Third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC play a pivotal role in establishing credibility and market value. These services not only grade the coin but verify its authenticity, certify its rarity, and provide a protective slab that ensures long-term preservation. A certified 1973 Jefferson nickel in top condition often commands attention the moment it hits the auction floor. Despite its humble origins, the Jefferson nickel has gained a cult following among collectors. Its affordability makes it accessible, while its hidden gems, like the ultra-rare 1973 variant, make it exhilarating. Each coin tells a story, and for the 1973 issue, that story could include a thrilling twist of unexpected fortune. The sheer idea that a coin once used to pay for bubblegum or a soda might now command serious money is what turns casual hobbyists into lifelong coin hunters. In recent years, demand for high-grade Jefferson nickels has surged. As more collectors focus on building complete series with top-tier examples, the competition for coins like the 1973 full-step nickel intensifies. Prices have steadily climbed, and awareness of rare errors from that year has only added fuel to the fire. Suddenly, everyone wants to take a second look at their old change jars, and who could blame them? In a hobby built on patience, knowledge, and discovery, the reward is sometimes more than emotional, it can be financial. Coins that were once dismissed as ordinary have become the stuff of numismatic legends, and the 1973 Jefferson nickel is one of the brightest stars in that constellation. So the next time you come across a Jefferson nickel from the year 1973, don't be too quick to spend it. Examine it closely. Look for sharp details, strong strikes, and unusual features. That small coin may not only hold a piece of American history, it could be holding a fortune waiting to be claimed. And now, the part every collector dreams of, the value. One exceptional 1973 Jefferson nickel, with brilliant mint luster, perfectly defined full steps, and preserved in near-flawless condition, recently fetched an eye-popping amount in the auction world. That coin was sold for an incredible $88,000. Top 2. In the rich and vibrant tapestry of American coinage, the Jefferson nickel stands tall as a symbol of timeless design, historical significance, and untapped value. Among the many dates in this long-running series, the year 1974 emerges as a hidden gem, a year often overlooked, yet one that quietly holds treasures waiting to be discovered. With millions of these 5-cent pieces minted and circulated, one might assume they are all alike. But in the fascinating world of numismatics, assumptions can lead to missed fortunes. The 1974 Jefferson nickel is more than just a coin, it is a doorway into American history. It was minted during a time of political change and economic uncertainty. As the United States grappled with inflation, oil crises, and shifting policies, the U.S. Mint continued its work, producing coins that would quietly pass from hand to hand, generation to generation. And within those many coins, a few stand apart, not for what they were supposed to be, but for what they became. This 5-cent coin, made of a copper-nickel alloy, features the familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. The portrait, designed by Felix Schlag, had already graced the nickel for over 3 decades by 1974, but each year carries subtle nuances. Jefferson's gaze remains firm, dignified, and thoughtful, a fitting tribute to one of the nation's founding fathers. His name is etched to the left, and the date 1974 appears proudly on the right, next to the mint mark if one is present. The reverse of the coin showcases Jefferson's beloved home, Monticello. This neoclassical structure is depicted with delicate lines and subtle depth, and although it appears on millions of coins, finding one with the full architectural detail, especially the sharply defined steps at the base, is a collector's dream. The full step designation is one of the most sought-after traits in Jefferson nickels, and it plays a crucial role in the value of the 1974 issue. In 1974, Jefferson nickels were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S for the proof coins. Each mint produced a different quantity and quality, and as the decades passed, natural wear and tear took their toll on these coins in circulation. However, a select few survived in pristine condition, and these are the specimens collectors now hunt with fierce determination. While the Denver and Philadelphia mint coins are more common in circulation, they are also more susceptible to weak strikes and surface marks. That makes high-grade examples from these mints exceedingly rare. The San Francisco proof coins were struck with care and precision, meant for collectors from the beginning. Yet, even among proofs, there are ultra-rare examples with extraordinary visual appeal or die variations that spark bidding wars at auctions. What turns a 1974 Jefferson nickel into a collector's prize isn't just its age, it's the perfect storm of condition, rarity, and eye appeal. A coin with full steps, no blemishes, and brilliant luster becomes a showpiece, often graded by professionals using the Sheldon scale. A top grade like MS-67 or higher, combined with full steps, catapults a coin's value far beyond its face value, especially when authenticated and slabbed by trusted grading services. Errors also elevate a coin's worth dramatically. The 1974 Jefferson nickel has appeared with a variety of mistakes, from off-center strikes to doubled dies, clipped planchets, and even die breaks. Each error is a unique fingerprint, a flaw that adds character, rarity, and value. These mistakes are cherished by collectors, not dismissed. A perfectly flawed coin becomes a masterpiece. Imagine, for a moment, pulling out an old coin jar or stumbling upon a forgotten collection in a dusty attic. Hidden within could be one of these rare 1974 nickels, waiting patiently to reveal its story. It might bear an unnoticed mint error or gleam with an untouched surface. Such coins have emerged from the most unexpected places: pocket change, estate sales, or inherited boxes, and when graded and verified, they have shocked the collecting world. Collectors spend years chasing after coins like this, often never finding the exact combination of rarity and condition that makes a coin truly valuable. It's why auctions for premium Jefferson nickels are filled with anticipation. When a top-grade 1974 nickel hits the spotlight, collectors from around the world pay attention. These aren't just coins, they are relics of American craftsmanship. The market for Jefferson nickels has grown substantially in recent years. Once considered an entry-level collectible, the series now commands respect for its depth, challenge, and potential for high-value finds. The 1974 issue, long ignored, has finally begun to shine under the spotlight, with enthusiasts seeking out every variant, every error, and every elusive full-step coin. For those new to coin collecting, the Jefferson nickel series offers both accessibility and excitement. You don't need to spend a fortune to start, but with knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck, you could stumble upon a coin that's worth far more than you'd expect. That's the magic of numismatics. A simple 5-cent piece can become a treasure. Grading, of course, plays a major role. Without professional authentication, even a rare coin might go unrecognized. That's why serious collectors send their finds to grading services like PCGS or NGC. These experts provide not only the grade but also the peace of mind that comes with knowing a coin is genuine and properly evaluated. The hunt for rare Jefferson nickels is never-ending. Every day, coins change hands, collections are re-examined, and new discoveries are made. Somewhere out there, another 1974 Jefferson nickel lies unnoticed, tucked away in a forgotten roll, waiting to surprise its owner. All it takes is a careful eye and a curious mind to unlock its true worth. As more people turn their attention to coin collecting, competition grows. But so does the potential for astonishing discoveries. The beauty of the 1974 Jefferson nickel lies not only in its design but in the story it tells, the story of a nation, a time, and the countless hands through which it has passed. So, if you ever come across a Jefferson nickel from 1974, don't dismiss it as ordinary. Take a closer look. It might carry more value than you imagine. With just the right mix of luster, detail, and rarity, it could be far more than just 5 cents. It could be a small fortune hiding in plain sight, and that brings us to the climax of this coin's incredible journey. One exceptional example of the 1974 Jefferson nickel, preserved in remarkable condition with full steps and near-perfect luster, was once auctioned for a breathtaking amount. That stunning coin was sold for a total of $84,000. Top 3. In the vast and often overlooked world of pocket change, one coin continues to surprise collectors and enthusiasts with its unexpected value, the Jefferson nickel. While these 5-cent pieces have been circulating since 1938, many people pass them off as ordinary. Yet, among the billions minted over the decades lies a year that collectors are increasingly turning their attention to, 1989. Yes, the Jefferson nickel from this year, if preserved in exceptional condition, could hold a secret that might just take your breath away. The year 1989 was significant for many reasons. It was a time of transition in global politics, with the Berlin Wall coming down, technology beginning to take its next great leap, and culture shifting in bold new directions. Amidst these changes, the U.S. Mint quietly continued its work, producing coins that would flow into circulation without fanfare. But even in a time of economic stability, minting inconsistencies and variations still occurred, and that's where the story of the 1989 Jefferson nickel gets truly fascinating. The Jefferson nickel has always carried with it the essence of classical American design. The obverse, unchanged for decades, features the left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson. His face, carefully sculpted by artist Felix Schlag, remains a symbol of leadership and vision. Surrounding his image are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1989. Simple, yet steeped in historical resonance. Flip the coin over, and you'll see Monticello, Jefferson's stately home in Virginia. It's rendered in crisp lines with neoclassical beauty, balanced in symmetry and detail. However, the real point of obsession for collectors lies at the base of this structure, the steps. A coin with clearly defined, uninterrupted steps on Monticello is referred to as having full steps, and for the 1989 Jefferson nickel, this detail can make a staggering difference in value. In that year, nickels were struck at two major mints, Philadelphia, which left no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a small d. Both facilities produced millions of coins, but what makes collecting thrilling is that only a tiny fraction of these survive today in pristine condition. While they were meant for circulation, and thus prone to scratches, dings, and wear, some exceptional examples managed to dodge the chaos of commerce. A Jefferson nickel from 1989 that has retained its mint luster, avoided surface damage, and exhibits razor-sharp detail is something special. But to be truly valuable, it must also receive a high grade, typically MS66 or above, from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. The difference between an MS65 and an MS67 coin might seem small, but in the world of coin collecting, it can mean thousands of dollars, yet even rarity and condition aren't the only factors. The wild card in the value of any coin is the presence of errors. And 1989 was no exception. Some nickels from that year have been found with off-center strikes, double dies, and even repunched mint marks. These errors transform an ordinary coin into a unique artifact, something born from the machinery of the U.S. Mint but made valuable by its imperfection. It's the combination of these qualities, condition, error, mint mark, and I appeal, that has helped elevate the 1989 Jefferson nickel to collectible status. And it's not only collectors who are intrigued. Investors, too, have started to turn their attention to high-grade modern nickels, recognizing their increasing demand and limited supply. Many of these rare coins have surfaced from unexpected places. Some were found in mint sets tucked away in drawers for decades, others discovered in rolls of nickels purchased from local banks. A few were pulled straight from circulation by sharp-eyed collectors who knew what to look for. And those finds have led to thrilling revelations, coins worth thousands pulled from the very pockets of everyday Americans. The nickel's copper-nickel composition gives it strength and durability, but also means that contact marks show up easily. That's why finding a flawless example is so rare. The surfaces must be clean, unblemished, and reflective of the original strike. A dull or heavily worn coin, even from 1989, won't command much attention. But a well-preserved piece with strong definition and full steps. That's a whole different story. The beauty of coin collecting lies in its accessibility. Anyone with a keen eye and a little knowledge can stumble upon something remarkable. You don't need to be wealthy or have insider connections. You simply need patience, curiosity, and the willingness to look, really look, at the coins that pass through your hands every day. Jefferson nickels are a great gateway into the world of numismatics. They are plentiful, affordable to begin with, and yet, among them, lie coins that are exceedingly rare. This mix of commonality and hidden value creates the perfect storm for collectors, especially those willing to study the nuances of minting and grading. Over the years, some collectors have managed to build entire sets of Jefferson nickels by year and mint mark, but few have a top-grade 1989 with full steps. That elusive detail is what drives prices upward. The rarity of the strike quality from that year adds a layer of difficulty that makes the hunt all the more rewarding. If you're new to coins, consider taking a second look at your spare change. You might find a 1989 Jefferson nickel that looks sharper than the others. Hold it under good lighting, examine the steps of Monticello with a magnifier, and check for any unusual markings. You never know, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history in the palm of your hand. With Jefferson nickels gaining popularity in auctions and across collector forums, the time to act is now. Prices continue to rise, and awareness of coins like the 1989 nickel is spreading fast. As demand grows and supply remains tight, the best examples become harder to find and even harder to afford. Coin dealers and grading companies report increasing submissions for modern nickels, especially those from the 1980s and 1990s. These coins were once considered too recent to be valuable, but that perception is changing quickly. Collectors are realizing that the rarest examples, particularly those with mint state preservation and full step designation, hold serious investment potential. The story of the 1989 Jefferson nickel is a reminder that treasure can hide in plain sight. A simple coin, passed from hand to hand over decades, can transform into a coveted rarity simply by surviving in excellent condition. It's a story of chance, of attention to detail, and of the incredible value that lies in the most unexpected places. And now, for the highlight that brings this story full circle, an exceptional 1989 Jefferson nickel, struck to perfection, gleaming with mint luster, and certified as a full-step specimen at the highest mint state grade, recently sold in a private auction for a staggering amount. That unforgettable coin was purchased for a grand total of $54,000. Top 4. In the world of everyday coins, the Jefferson nickel may not strike most people as anything extraordinary. These 5-cent pieces often get overlooked, tossed into pockets and piggy banks without a second thought. But what if I told you that a seemingly ordinary Jefferson nickel from the year 1991 could be worth a small fortune today? Yes, it's true, this unassuming coin, minted during a time of global change and technological advancement, holds secrets that collectors are just beginning to uncover. The year 1991 may not seem like ancient history, but in numismatic terms, it's far enough back to produce coins that are increasingly hard to find in pristine condition. The Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for over 5 decades by then, and though its design remained consistent, the variations and hidden gems from this year have made it a hot topic among serious collectors. What started out as a routine minting year ended up producing a small number of nickels that today command surprising attention and high value. On the obverse, the coin presents a familiar face, Thomas Jefferson, staring stoically to the left, a symbol of wisdom and democratic ideals. His profile is crisp, with fine details in his hair and clothing. Surrounding him are the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1991. These details may seem simple, but in the world of coin grading, even the tiniest imperfection can affect value. And when those features are struck perfectly, it elevates the coin into an elite category. The reverse features the image of Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical home in Virginia. It's a design that has become iconic, not just for its beauty but for its ability to hide value in plain sight. The key lies at the base of the building, the steps leading up to the entrance. When those steps are fully struck, uninterrupted, and sharply defined, the coin earns what collectors refer to as the full steps designation. And for the 1991 nickel, that detail alone can multiply its value many times over. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced these nickels at two main facilities, Philadelphia, which issued coins with no mint mark, and Denver, where nickels were marked with a small d. While both mints struck millions of these coins for circulation, only a rare few managed to survive the decades without being scuffed, scratched, or worn down by everyday use. This is what makes the search for high-grade examples so thrilling, because they're hidden in plain sight. The nickel's composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel gives it strength but also means that it shows wear easily. Coins that were never handled, stored properly, and preserved in mint condition are exceedingly rare. These are the coins that collectors dream of, flawless examples with original luster, strong definition, and absolutely no contact marks. When you add in the full steps feature, you're looking at a coin that few people have ever seen with their own eyes. Another layer of excitement is added when error coins come into play. The 1991 Jefferson nickel is known to exist with a variety of striking errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and even double dies. These minting anomalies can turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind piece of American history. Collectors around the world pay a premium for error coins, especially those that are well documented and graded by trusted services like NGC or PCGS. Even among those who aren't full-time collectors, there's something irresistible about the idea of discovering a hidden treasure. The Jefferson nickel from 1991 represents the thrill of the hunt. Whether you're sorting through old coin rolls from the bank, examining forgotten jars of change, or flipping through mint sets at a garage sale, the possibility of finding a rare 1991 nickel adds a sense of adventure to a humble hobby. One of the most overlooked aspects of coin collecting is the emotional connection. These coins serve as time capsules, reminders of where we've been and how far we've come. A 1991 Jefferson nickel may have passed through thousands of hands, vending machines, and cash registers before it was recognized for its potential. Each nick and scratch tells a story, unless, of course, the coin is one of the rare few that avoided all that wear and tear. Coin grading is the great equalizer in the world of collecting. It's not enough for a coin to look good to the naked eye, it must be examined under magnification and judged by strict standards. Coins graded MS66 or higher from 1991, especially those with full steps, are incredibly scarce. They are viewed not just as collectibles, but as investments, pieces of history that will only become more valuable with time. What's especially fascinating is that many high-grade 1991 nickels weren't preserved intentionally. Some were stashed away in unopened mint sets, forgotten in drawers or passed down unknowingly through families. It's these surprise discoveries that make coin collecting such a rewarding and unpredictable journey. In recent years, more collectors have turned their attention to modern-era nickels. While older coins often steal the spotlight, newer issues like the 1991 Jefferson nickel are proving that value doesn't always come with age, it comes with rarity, condition, and attention to detail. This shift has created a renewed interest in coins from the 80s and 90s, and prices are beginning to reflect that change. The market for top-tier Jefferson nickels is growing, and coins that meet all the criteria, high grade, full steps, mint errors, are fetching increasingly impressive sums. Auction houses, coin shows, and online platforms have all reported spikes in interest for specific Jefferson nickels, with the 1991 issue now climbing the ranks among sought-after dates. Collectors often build complete sets of Jefferson nickels, hunting down one from each year and mint. But the true joy comes from finding that one standout coin, the one that defies expectations and rewrites the rulebook. For many, the 1991 Jefferson nickel has become that coin. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones you least expect. If you're curious whether you might have one of these rare nickels in your possession, take a moment to examine it. Look for that brilliant shine, those crisp details, and those perfectly defined steps on Monticello. If it looks too perfect to be real, you just might be holding something truly special. And remember, when in doubt, send it in for grading. You never know what you might uncover. It's moments like these that keep collectors searching, keep eyes peeled and hands sifting through jars of coins. Because hidden among the ordinary are pieces that change the game, coins that transform from spare change into prized possessions. The 1991 Jefferson nickel is a shining example of just how surprising the world of numismatics can be. and in one such remarkable case, a flawless 1991 Jefferson nickel, minted to perfection, certified with full steps, and preserved in gem condition, caught the attention of high-end collectors. When the final gavel fell at auction, the winning bid stunned everyone in the room. That dazzling little 5-cent piece was sold for a breathtaking total of $47,000. Top 5. The Jefferson nickel, a classic American coin, has long captured the attention of collectors, yet few years are as intriguing as 2006. While the year might seem like just another routine production of the U.S. Mint, the 2006 Jefferson nickel carries within it the potential for a hidden treasure. This unassuming 5-cent piece, which passed through countless hands without much fanfare, is now a sought-after collectible. Its value has quietly grown, especially in exceptional condition, making it a prime example of how modern coins can appreciate significantly over time. In 2006, the United States was experiencing significant changes, both socially and politically. It was a year that saw the final stages of the presidency of George W. Bush, the release of the first iPhone, and continued economic growth despite looming financial challenges. Yet, among the many coins produced by the U.S. Mint, it was the Jefferson nickel, specifically the 2006 edition, that would begin to intrigue numismatists in ways no one could have predicted. The Jefferson nickel from 2006 is part of the ongoing series that pays tribute to the nation's third president, Thomas Jefferson. His left-facing profile, designed by Felix Schlag, continues to dominate the obverse of the coin. Inscribed with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 2006, Jefferson's image remains a hallmark of American coinage. But the real magic of this coin lies not just in its design, but in the small, rare variations that set certain 2006 nickels apart from the rest. The reverse of the 2006 Jefferson nickel features the depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. For decades, this image has symbolized Jefferson's vision of democracy and republicanism. But it's the subtle nuances in the reverse that can make this coin particularly special. The 2006 nickels were struck with slightly different design elements than earlier issues, as the U.S. Mint began to introduce updated security features and more sophisticated engraving techniques to improve the quality and durability of coins. These updates, while largely unnoticed by the general public, have now made certain 2006 Jefferson nickels highly desirable. Though the 2006 Jefferson nickel was produced in substantial quantities, millions were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. What makes certain coins stand out is the quality of the strike and the condition they're in. Coin collectors have long been obsessed with finding nickels that have survived in pristine, uncirculated states, and the 2006 edition is no exception. A coin that has been well preserved, with no visible signs of wear, scratches, or tarnishing, becomes much more than a simple 5-cent piece. It becomes a valuable collectible, worthy of attention from serious numismatists. But what really drives the value of a 2006 Jefferson nickel is the presence of specific features. One of the most coveted designations for a coin is full steps, which refers to the precise detailing of the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse side. The sharpness of these steps is crucial, as coins that feature clear, well-defined steps are far rarer than those with weak or incomplete strikes. A 2006 Jefferson nickel with full steps, showing all the intricate details of Monticello's foundation, automatically increases its value and appeal. In addition to the full-step coins, the 2006 Jefferson nickel is also sought after by collectors due to its relatively high production numbers, which have led to some unexpected varieties and errors. Some 2006 nickels were struck with die cracks, misalignments, or off-center strikes, creating one-of-a-kind errors that can add significant value to an otherwise standard coin. These errors are often hard to find, but when they do appear, they can turn an otherwise ordinary nickel into a numismatic treasure. For collectors, finding a high-grade 2006 Jefferson nickel is like discovering a diamond in the rough. The coin must be graded meticulously, often under magnification, to identify even the smallest imperfections or flaws. A coin graded as MS67 or above, meaning it is virtually flawless, is the holy grail for serious collectors. These coins are rare, and their prices reflect that rarity. The higher the grade, the greater the value. While many 2006 Jefferson nickels might be found in average condition, those in pristine, uncirculated states are incredibly rare. Coins that were carefully stored and preserved by collectors or in special mint sets have often survived the years with much of their original brilliance intact. Such coins are becoming increasingly valuable as more collectors begin to appreciate the significance of well-maintained, high-quality modern coins. What's even more remarkable is how some of these 2006 nickels have found their way into collections by sheer chance. Many have been discovered in rolls of coins from the bank, tucked away in coin jars at home, or hidden in estates. These unexpected discoveries add an element of excitement to the hobby, as they remind collectors that treasures can lie in the most ordinary places, waiting to be uncovered by a sharp eye and a little bit of luck. As the world of coin collecting continues to evolve, there has been a growing interest in modern coins. While older coins like the 1800 silver dollars or pre-1933 gold coins are often the stars of collections, more and more collectors are looking at recent mintings, like the 2006 Jefferson nickel, as a way to diversify their holdings. These coins are accessible to a wider range of collectors and have the potential to increase in value as they become more scarce and harder to find in high-quality condition. The beauty of modern coin collecting is that it's not limited to the past. As new generations of collectors emerge, they bring fresh perspectives on what makes a coin valuable. For the 2006 Jefferson nickel, this renewed interest is only growing. The combination of design, quality, and rarity makes these coins a perfect fit for any serious numismatic collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just beginning to explore the world of coin collecting, the 2006 Jefferson nickel is worth keeping an eye on. The subtle details that make certain examples stand out, combined with the potential for minting errors and high-grade examples, make it an exciting coin to watch in the years to come. The more collectors learn about the potential value of these coins, the more interest will grow, and the prices will continue to climb. The auction market for modern coins like the 2006 Jefferson nickel has been steadily increasing, with more and more buyers willing to pay a premium for the best examples. As awareness of the coin's potential grows, expect to see even more bidding wars for high-grade examples, especially those with full steps or rare errors. It's not just about the rarity of the coin itself, but the thrill of the hunt, the chase for that perfect specimen that will complete a collection. The journey of the 2006 Jefferson nickel, from its initial production to its current status as a prized collectible, reminds us that even the most ordinary items can carry hidden value. What might have been spent as pocket change years ago can now be worth far more than its face value, and sometimes, the true worth of a coin isn't realized until long after it's been minted. And for those who have managed to find and preserve that elusive 2006 Jefferson nickel in pristine condition, the payoff has been substantial. One such coin, with immaculate surfaces, full steps, and a high grade, recently sold for an astonishing total of $22,000.